Hello, good evening. It's Easter Friday. Welcome to JoyNews Prime with me, Ernest Manu. Coming up, 7 persons dead with several others injured after a boat carrying 20 persons capsized on the Afram Plains end of the Volta Lake. We're live on the grounds as we get fresh report of another incident at Dambai today. Also coming up, we'll tell you as police investigate the issue, but the biggest Easter festival in the eastern region town of Kwewu makes a big return after a 2-year halt because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Traffic jam in the town, but the police are here. There's a lot of policemen, a lot of MTTD personnel who are here.
We're live on the grounds with our reporters as several parties are set to happen tonight. Also, protect our lives. That's the call by the Fulani community to President Akufo-Addo as the Northern Regional Police Command investigate the gruesome killing of 8 nomadic herdsmen at Zakoli. We have details plus the latest in business, sports and showbiz in the next hour. Please stay with us. Hello again, my name is Ernest Manu. Let's settle for the details now. The Eastern Region Police Command has started investigations into circumstances leading to an accident on the Volta Lake leading to the death of 7 travelers. According to eyewitnesses, the boat capsized on its way to Toji while moving from Germany to Haverkoper Thursday. Eastern Regional Police Public Relations Officer Ebenezer Tete says those who sustain injuries are being treated.
This month, at about 18:00 hours, a passenger boat with 20 passengers traveling on the Volta Lake from Germany to Haverkoper Island community on the Drive Island capsized midway through the journey after they were caught up in a heavy storm. 7 persons are reported to have drowned, and these 7 persons include 5 female and 2 male. The ages of the deceased persons ranges between 31 to 60 years. 13 others who were on board the boat have since been rescued. The bodies of the deceased persons have since been deposited at the private mortuary on the island whilst investigations have commenced.
Meanwhile, the Eastern Region Minister, Seth Kwame Champon, says he's working closely with the Volta Regional Minister to conclude investigations on this incident. In the meantime, he notes that the disaster management team is on the ground together with divers doing some recovery.
This is quite a solemn and reflective moment, but this has wakened us up, unfortunately, with this bad news. But that notwithstanding, we're still moving on, working very hard. Fortunately, we've been able to recover some of the bodies that drowned. Like the reporter rightly said, yesterday happened to be the market day for Germany. Germany is in the Volta region, in the South Dai Assembly. And so, you know, Afram River and the Volta River are tributaries. The Afram River is a tributary to the Volta River, the largest so far. And most of the people in the Afram Plains North neighborhood cross over to Germany and other areas of the Volta to also trade. So typical business people went by the canoes to the other side. Unfortunately, on their return, the storm was very heavy, and that affected those sailing back home. And primarily the communities that have had victims from these carnages, Many Copper and Haverkoper, all our islands are now around our Drive Islands in the Kwewu Afram Plains North Assembly area. So this is what we have so far. Our disaster management organization is also on ground with some divers and local fisher folks who are experienced and are stronger, are still doing recovery. And so we are working with all of them to ensure that it works perfectly for us.
Right, and at the Regional Security Council level, what considerations are you making now, and what measures will you put in place to forestall such incidents from recurring?
So we asked the District Assembly to hold a dissect and offer us some immediate information in respect of investigations. However, we're not doing this alone. I've communicated with my colleague from the Volta region, Honorable Dr. Yao Lecha, who has also asked the Saudi to also hold a dissect meeting. We want to get and compare notes whilst we work with the technocrats who are helping us recover the bodies that got drowned, so we can all be on the same page.
Well, Sete Champong also says the Ghana police is being engaged to increase security along the lake to prevent any future occurrence, especially during this festive season.
What we need is marine police, who from time to time will be able to advise users of canoes on the lake, as and when the weather is being, directed, because the meteorological department do have more techno knowledge in respect of how the weather is predicted, and at the same time what they can also foresee, judging from the storms. And so we would advise from our side. So far, that has been the suggestions. We will advise that we all begin to have some increase along the shores of the river banks where you have the various canoe ports lined up, so that they would be advised by the officers who will be recruited to manage the shores, so we don't have these incidents in the future.
In a related development, a woman in her late 50s traveling in a pontoon has fallen into the Oti River in the Karachi East municipality of the region. It's unclear what caused the accident. The woman was rescued by some engine boat operators who were also crossing with some passengers to the other side of the river. We'll bring you visuals of this incident shortly, but let's cross over now and speak to Kwame Owusu, who is with our sister station Adum FM. Kwame, you've been following this incident. What more can you report as far as this accident is concerned?
This is the hand that Jesus Christ laid on the cross to save life. The same hand that saved a woman who is in her 50s or 60s that was in a pontoon traveling to Karachi of the Oti region that fell out of the pontoon. As I speak with you, the woman had been rescued by some boat operators who were also traveling with passengers. I was in the boat that was traveling from Dambai to Karachi of the side, so I was part of the rescue team that rescued the woman at the time that what might have caused the incident is not yet known, but what I saw was that the woman was in a pontoon traveling from Dambai side of the road to the other side of the road at Karachi, whereby she fell out of the pontoon and she was rescued and she's alive as a security. Okay,
but how is she doing, post the recovery?
But the incident was so unfortunate, I don't know, but she's doing very well. As at the time she was rescued because she was sent to hospital for medical treatment or checkup. But the incident that I can report on is that when we're on the boat, because I was also traveling with one of the boats, so the pontoon was also traveling with passengers on board with some other goods. So all that we saw was a signal from the pontoon captain or operators, giving a signal that we should look up there. So when the boat operator realized it, he had to rush with the boat or the canoe to the area with the help of some young men who were on board, dived into the river to rescue this woman. As I speak with you, the woman has been sent to the Amba hospital and she's still on treatment, and I can say that she's well and she's fit, and we'll be following with it from tomorrow. In an attempt to speak with the captain on board, who refused to talk to her because he was saying that he was just a captain on the bridge and he didn't know what happened. But since I was at the scene and I saw what happened, I can go ahead and report about whatever happened. But as I speak with you, I think this is a time the government needs to pay more attention to the construction of a bridge over the Dambai river, which will save more lives. This is not the first time that people have been drawing into this river. This I can count. That is the third or fourth or more time that people have died out of this situation.
Okay, Kwame, just finally, was the woman and the others on the pontoon, were they in life jackets, or were life jackets, for instance, easily available at the time of the incident?
It was just I was about to say, yeah, in fact, traveling on that river or traveling on that river, Dambai to Krati, is very, very risky. As I say with you, anytime you travel on that river, there's no life jacket, there's no any safety precaution measures that can save passengers in case of any emergency situation like this. I think it's about time. With the life jacket and other issues, when we asked some of the passengers and then some boat operators, they indicated that passengers only refuse to wear the life jacket, which have become part of it on the road, and they are just boat operators and have nothing to do. So I think it's a call for government for now, maybe to just move in to start the construction of a bridge over that stretch to save more life, instead of crossing with a pontoon and other means that people only have to risk their life in terms of this situation. Thank
you very much. That's Kwame Owusu. He's with our sister station at Doom FM. He witnessed that incident where a 50-year-old woman fell into the Oti River whilst crossing it in the pontoon. Now, away from that, more than 1,000 security officers have been deployed on the ground to the eastern region, town of Kwewu, where one of the biggest Easter outdoor events is currently underway. The Kwewu Easter festivities is making a return after 2 years of a ban because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thousands of holiday makers have thronged the mountainous area for this festival, creating massive traffic in the area all day today. Here are some holiday makers who spoke to JoyNews.
There's massive traffic in the town because under normal circumstances you don't see there's a lot of traffic jam here, but because of the celebration there's a massive traffic jam in the town. But the police are here. There's a lot of policemen and a lot of MTTD personnel who are here directing the traffic, so it is moving, but it is very slow. It is very slow. When you come in from Etibie, right when you climb the ridge, when you get to Etibie, the traffic over there is very slow, but it is moving. It's moving slow though, but it's moving. Well, from Nkoko to Impriso here, I took roughly about an hour, to get here. Which under normal circumstances it will take like less than 15 minutes, but because of this Easter celebration, I took about an hour. But the police situation is no joke. There's a lot of police personnel in the town, and they're ensuring security. It also gives us, the indigents of the town, some kind of feeling that we are well protected. Because a lot of visitors have come into the town. You can meet a lot of people whom you do not know. The sellers around, the people driving in their cars, everyone. Majority of the people here are all visitors who are not indigents of the place. So the police presence over here is really helping us and is really keeping us safe. Yeah.
This is my first time. I mean, the last time I came here was 2012. That was Mujibaya. And for almost 2 years down the line, so take of the COVID-19, and for now we are now celebrating the COVID Easter. So 2 years down the line. So in fact, how the way I'm seeing things around this Easter or this 2022 Easter is going to be massive, because you can see a lot of people, and then also the police are also doing their job. Anywhere you pass, you see two police at the joints. In fact, they are doing good. Okay. From Nkoko to Kwewu Range,
for how many minutes?
Almost bare 2 hours.
Okay.
You were in the traffic. In fact, it goes slow.
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
Okay.
From Nkoko to Kwewu.
Okay.
In fact, we were in the traffic for 2 hours.
Wow.
Goes through some till we get to Impriso.
Okay. Police for so much doors or quantity. I'm a traffic now. I did. Obapa no mu yes zero. I have a pa.
The traffic in the for how long?
Okay, so every I'm saying the traffic in Besse 1 hour 45 minutes. Traffic na no doors. Am I a break? If you say a kwamba kono masino. Senke kwa mienu ni ye dwuma dia enka ye mresa Enti misusu say omu bie kwan no tuma nka be boy.
Yes traffic na che ha mo.
Pa. Yesi no ama yesi kasem no. Ya di traffic mu esa nka yesi nka itimi ko na nka itimi ko fa passengers ne bi di besen no. Ya di traffic mu sa nti say fu en so wi na eren. Ewie. Nti pa fu en so aban no say den atutum sa nti agency ya driver for no. Ana police for no so adoso. Nti say unya person ya kura na ofa na oyam hyehyew. Untimi mfa no. Nti say dey mean say benya sika no. Anko sa aman. Nti e be sra ban no.
Let's go live to Obomin, one of the many towns in the Kwewu area where people have gathered to celebrate Easter this year. I remember that Kwewu is making a return 2 years after a ban due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Kwame Azor of Adom is there for us. Kwame, tell us what is happening tonight. We understand a number of parties are set to happen tonight at various spots. Tell us what's happening at Obomin right now.
Currently at Obomin High Street, this is the principal street of Obomin. This is one of the biggest towns at Kwewu Ridge here, where part of the anniversary or the celebration is ongoing over here. I mean, you can see from my back that there's a lot of people, trooping in from all across the country to celebrate the Kwewu Easter with the people of Kwewu over here. Currently, Adom FM, which is Adom Multimedia Tree Brand, has, lined up a lot of programs for the people of this very area. It has started for about 3 days ago. Tomorrow we are going to have inter-community gala alongside cooking competition at TBA Methodist Park. In the evening, we're going to have a mega street carnival with a headline sponsor, Kwame Eugene, happens to be the headline artist who is going to perform for tomorrow's evening mega dance. We have colleagues and also some of the holiday makers, people who have been here to sell, to also do business, to also have enjoyed themselves as well with us here. We're going to talk to them about the security situation at the Kwewu here. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
What's your name, sir?
Asante Kumi.
Asante Kumi. Yeah. See the camera. Asante, yes, see, the police personnel, they've deployed over 1,000 police personnel to intensify visibility.
Yes.
I mean, how do you make of this?
Well, I believe they know the reason why they are here. Some of us will not know, for security reasons. And I believe for our own safety, that's why they are here. I'm not scared of them. Well, being the first time coming to the Easter, I feel secure. I see a lot of police around, and I was told, well, any such gathering, bad people can come around. But, well, I'm okay, because the motive is clean, okay? So I think the number of police here is for our own safety, so I think it's all right. I'm okay, I feel comfortable, and I'm not scared. I can hold my phone without thinking someone will just snap it. You understand? Yeah, so I think it's okay.
So is this your first time? So how do you see the celebration at all?
Well, so far so good. Yes, I'm having fun, and it comes once a year, and it's all about Kwewu. You hear all these things, and coming around, I think it's not bad. I'm having fun. Yeah. Everything is here. When we talk about drinks, food, there are a lot of doing that. In fact, there are new ones that they launch it here. So it gives us opportunity to kind of, taste it. So I think it's all right.
Thanks very much. Let me also move to another lady. Your name, please?
Teresa.
Is it your first time coming to Kwewu?
Nah, it's been my second time.
I think about 3-4 years ago, we have about 660 or 600 police personnel. This time around, we are having over 1,000. How do you make of this?
It's very nice, because since we came here, we haven't seen any problem. The IGP have done very good job, because everywhere you go, you see police personnel over there. We've been here from Tuesday, but since we came here, we've seen a lot of police personnel here. So we do appreciate the IGP for a good work done.
Okay. Let's see the traffic situation.
The traffic situation here is not very convinced, because it's been 2 years now, but it's been improving. It's very nice, though we don't have a very jam situation here, but it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you very much. I'm also having one gentleman here. Your name, my brother?
My name is Osuke Martin.
Martin, this is your first time coming to Kwahu?
Oh, yes, I can say that it's my third time.
The police has intensified visibility. I mean, how do you make of this?
Because what I can see is that because many things I used to come here, because of the corona 2 years, we couldn't even make it. But thank God that this year, we can see that things are in the way and people, the securities are very tight.
Yeah.
I can see that every corner when you pass, you can see that everything are in tight. Yeah. Many people are enjoying, and I myself, when I came here, I witnessed many things. So when I came here, I see that enjoyment, celebration, artists, movie actors, they are here enjoying together. In fact, for me, I'm very extraordinary. I'm very excited. Wow. Yes, I'm very excited.
Enjoy yourself. We have another gentleman here. Another gentleman here. We can also talk to him. My brother, turn like this. Your name, please?
I'm Riku Michael.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Kwahu Obomin.
Okay. But is it your first time coming here, or because you are a native of this?
I'm at Accra, but I always come here every Easter, almost
to celebrate the Easter, right?
It was only last 2 years that I was not around because of the
COVID.
Yeah, I wasn't around the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you see the Easter? I mean, how do you see it? How's the celebration?
See, frankly speaking, this year it has been very slow. I know it's because of money issue, and actually I came with a vehicle, but when we were coming on our way, we met some security personnel. They were asking us about some stickers. They were demanding money and so many things.
So that's Kwame Azor, our Dome FM correspondent there, engaging some holiday makers at Obomin in Kwahu, where many people have traveled to celebrate Easter. In fact, the president is there. We'll be bringing you updates from there as and when we get anything from him. But those are live visuals coming to you from Obomin. Is the Kwahu Easter celebrations. Adum FM is there. There'll be mega celebrations going into the night, as well as tomorrow a mega dance competition as well. A number of artists have been lined up for various events there, including Kwame Eugene and others. You definitely don't want to miss that. I'll be bringing you updates if you're not there here on JoyNews and all our bulletins. Now, Kumasi is buzzing with festivities for the Easter as well. For many years in the country, it has been characterized by lots of religious activities and festivities. However, in 3 years, because of the COVID-19 restrictions, the holiday hasn't seen much activity in Kumasi, the capital of the Ashanti region. But on Easter Friday, churches are filled with congregants, while some revelers head to Kwahu, as you've seen, for the celebration. Emmanuel Bright-Peku visited some of the churches and the marketplaces as well in Kumasi to find out how the day has been for them.
Easter Friday, like in the rest of the Christian world, is marked with divine services in many churches across Ghana. At the Victory Baptist Church, Aja branch, the congregants worshipped and danced to the melodious tunes of songs in remembrance of the death of their Savior. Head pastor, Reverend Dr. Charles Owusu-Ampofo, admonishing his congregants, emphasized to them not to take advantage of the recent global inflation, but rather spread love and be honest in their dealings.
I want to encourage Ghanaians. We are in times that indeed Christians must have to demonstrate the love of God through whatever thing we do. For instance, if we're a trader, don't take advantage of the seemingly third world war and then sell your things at any price you want. Or, excuse me, if you are an importer, don't just, for the sake of profit, sell things at whatever rate you deem appropriate to you. If you are a child of God, you will not only be thinking about yourself, but you will as well be thinking about others.
For a very long time, in 3 years, the Easter holidays in Kumasi have not seen much festivities, with COVID-19 lurking in the dark. But today, the city is buzzing with lots of activities, especially at the market square and lorry stations. At the Asanfo station, several transits are seen loaded with passengers traveling to various destinations for the holidays.
So not everyone made it to church today. Some revelers here in Kumasi are already headed to Kwewu for the Easter holidays.
This vehicle will be the 10th to exit the lorry station to Kwewu since daybreak. Some passengers on board shared with me why they are heading to the paragliding city.
I've never been to Kwewu. I will be climbing the mountains.
For the boiling,
I'm going there to have fun. It's been a while.
Because of COVID-19, we've not been to Kwewu for the Easter holidays.
For JoyNews, Emmanuel Bright Kweku reporting.
You're watching JoyNews Prime with me, Ernest Manu. We're taking a break. When we return, we have more stories for you, plus the latest in business and sports. Stay with us.
It's time for business. I'm Charles Aite. This evening, Microfinance and Small Loan Center, MASLOC, has made it quite clear that it is intensifying efforts to recover loans from borrowers and defaulters. Take a listen to the CEO who spoke after making some donation to the Chief Imam.
MASLOC has come under pressure in recent times because of the high default rate by borrowers. But Chief Executive Officer Abiba Tashani Mahama Zakaria is assuring Ghanaians that significant recovery will be done this year so that many small businesses can benefit from MASLOC.
MASLOC, our focus this year is on recovery, and we have started. We are on a very good course, and then we can assure Ghanaians that gradually we will get there. We need to start somewhere, but the start has been very good, even though the expectation is still high. We are going to be focused. In addition to recovery, we are still doing loans and other things, but of course the structures and then what needs to push MASLOC forward is the recovery, because our fund is a revolving one, and without the recovery we can't do much as we expect. So we want to take so much so that many more people can benefit from MASLOC.
The items donated to the Chief Imam were a bag of rice, sugar, cash, among others. Abiba Tashani Mahama Zakaria again.
Now, our purpose of coming is to come and then show some kind of kind gesture to him. During the month of Ramadan, he has a lot of people that rely on him. So in our very small way, we also came to do some donations to him so that at least he can give to the people who rely on him for fasting, and also to ask for his prayers for the organization MASLOC. Yeah.
So can we know the items donated?
Yeah, so we brought 40 bags of rice, 10 bags of sugar, 10 cartons of Milo, 15 cartons of milk, and 5 bags of tea, and then a cash donation of 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Chief Imam Sheikh Usmanu Nuhu Sharabutu commended MASLOC for its kind gesture and assistance. He called for the existing peace between Muslims and Christians to prevail. His spokesperson Sheikh Arimiyao Shaibu spoke on his behalf.
We are grateful to the Almighty Allah. Then He granted us that we live in peace. And in our country we are living in peace and harmony. We as Muslims and Christians and other faiths are all living in harmony. No other countries have not been having this kind of a situation, except in Ghana. Allah did not make us different so that we will fight. Just like Allah has indicated in the Quran. That I made you into nations and tribes that you may know one another, so that you will recognize each other in diversity and then be supportive.
The Chief Executive of the Ghana Trade Fair Company, Dr. Agnes Edu, has assured that barring any unforeseen challenges, work on the redevelopment of the Ghana Trade Fair Center will be completed on schedule by 2026. Here's more.
And set a 3-year timeline. But in projects like this, you have to be flexible. We had to come to a complete stop in 2020. And the next time we are picking up again is 2022 because nobody can move. But realistically, we think within 3 years, within 4 years of letting letting a developer get on site, usually convention and exhibition centers take anywhere from 24 to 36 months because these are massive undertaking, putting roads in and infrastructure. But I think within 3 to 4 years, I think we will get the convention and exhibition, barring that, God willing, we don't get a hard stop again.
Well, she's also been speaking about the ongoing 26th edition of the Trade Fair, which of course is ongoing at the La Palm Beach Hotel, and plans to decentralize the event in other regions.
In the meantime, we will continue to carry our mandate, which is trade promotion, trade exhibition. So we will move the fairs around venues like this in Accra, take advantage of some of the beautiful sceneries around Accra. We will also move the fairs into the regions. So each regional capital, we have plans. The plans was actually in place in 2020. We started moving it around. So we started up north and we were working our way down. So in 2020, we moved this entire operation to Tamale for a week and a half, and we supported the local businesses here. Sometimes we get too comfortable in Accra and we think everybody lives in Accra, but really the rest of the country benefits from these things. When we went up to Tamale, there were exhibitors there that will otherwise not be able to trek down to Accra to participate in the fair. That all adds to the mandate of Trade Fair to help us meet that mandate. So going forward in the next couple of years or so, now that we are back to physical fairs, we will be able to move around once again to the regional capitals.
That'll be all for business. The bulletin continues. I'm Charles.
Welcome to the sports segment here on the JoyNews Prime with me, Orik Wampofo. Captain of the Black Stars, Andre Ayew, has told Joy Sports exclusively that Ghanaian football fans demand a lot from his younger brother, Jordan Ayew, because the Crystal Palace striker brings a lot to the table. Jordan was booed by the fans at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi during the first leg of the World Cup playoff against Nigeria, and Andre believes Jordan can still give a lot to the team. From football to rugby, because the national team is ready for this year's Rugby World Cup 7 final shootout, which comes off in Uganda between April 23 and 24. Joy Sports' Asare Bediakon was at the team's training ground earlier today.
Qualification ticket to the 7th World Cup is up for grabs in Uganda, and the national rugby team is confident of making history. The Eagles are ready to do battle in the final shootout, which comes off between April 23 and 24. After several weeks of preparation, head coach Lavmo Kuzerera is a happy man.
We are where we want to be. Basically, that's what I can say. From the preparations that we started in January to now, we are where we want to be. So I think I'm impressed, and the whole technical team is impressed at the moment. Of course, there's a lot of things that we need to work on. As coaches, we never get satisfied. But I believe that where we are at this stage, we are fine. We are still underdogs. Going to play teams like Namibia, which will be our first game. They are the Africa biggest rugby team. Their nation is the #1 in Africa. They've good players. They really play well together. Our players are ready. We have played Namibia before and we lost by a smaller margin in 2018. That was the last time we met them. But we respect them. They're a good team, but they also respect us at the same time. But we are not going to go into that game blindly. We know what they can do, so we are preparing towards it. But we are still underdogs in that game.
The Eagles conquered all in the pre-World Cup qualifying in Kumasi in November last year, and team captain Selim Gavo does not think his teammates will be under pressure to live up to expectations.
I think the guys are improving, they're getting fitter, they're getting stronger, and the skills are improving. The only thing we come to do is try and lift that, and they're actually lifting us every time we come, so it puts pressure on us when we go back to go and train and make sure we're ready when we come back.
The team is still in Kumasi. Don't you think that Ghana will be targets of other countries and that will put pressure on the team to perform?
We don't take pressure. Pressure is a privilege, and we're just looking forward to our first game. We're not focused on any other team except ourselves. So what they're preparing, I'm sure everyone's preparing because there's a lot at stake. But we only focus on ourselves and we look forward to playing there.
Ghana's opponents in the Rugby Sevens final shootout have better training facilities and equipment, and for head coach Lavmo Kuzerera, that can be a disadvantage for Ghana.
Because when you don't have the right pitch, the right resources around, it's always difficult to perform to that level. Because right now, even if you want to practice kicking for our kickers, we don't have rugby poles, so that area, that means we'll be lacking until we get to the tournament where we will get the practice pitch with a post that we can work on. So it's always a disadvantage, but we try by all means, and thanks to our rugby president, Mr. Herbert Mensah. He's a rugby man, he understands it. So every time we request for something, as the technical team that we know will help us to try and catch up with everybody, make sure that it's available. So with that, we are trying by all means to make sure, even if we are on a disadvantage, by all means, we always catch up with other teams.
The Black Stars have qualified for the 2022 World Cup, and the Eagles might just follow suit by reaching the Rugby Sevens World Cup.
Well, that's how I'll be wrapping up the sports segment here. You can get some more sports stories on my Joy Online for /sports, or follow us on social media at Joy Sports GH across Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Do enjoy the rest of your Easter holidays. We'll be back again on Monday to bring you a weekend wrap of what happened in the world of sport.
Thanks for staying with us here on JoyNews Prime. Now, the General Secretary of the Fulani community in Ghana, Barry Yakubu Musa, has called on the powers that be to do more to protect their lives, that's the lives of Fulanis here in Ghana, just like other citizens. He said it is surprising that after 24 hours, the Ghana Police Service is yet to issue a statement on the shooting incident in Zakoli that left 8 people dead. He said this during an engagement with the community at Zakoli.
Speaking at Zakoli after engaging the Fulani communities which were attacked by unknown assailants, Mr. Barry recounted several attacks he said were meted to Fulanis in various parts of the country.
Far back in 2011 in Canada, Egushegu, about 13 lives were lost. Of Fulanis. 2012 in Gulumpi, about 25 lives of Fulani were killed, were lost. Then also come at Damango in the Savannah region. Then come again at Jema in the Kintampo municipal. In Potin in the central region, a rape case, if you can remember, last year, it raised alarm. A whole machinery of the Ghana police moved to Potin to raise down Fulani community down. About 7 houses were burnt down. Fulanis were arrested.
He said there are bad nuts in every tribe and wondered why one single brush is used to paint all Fulanis when there are robbery attacks in Ghana.
It's an unfortunate thing that is happening for we the Fulanis. Today the evidence is here for you to see. It is appalling and unacceptable. We have been pleading with the powers that be to do more to protect the Fulani lives. At least our life is also important, just like other lives. We wonder why till now the Ghana Police Service have not made a statement giving up a statement on this serious security issue. We are appealing to the president, who happens to be the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, who happens to be the chairman of the ECOWAS. We all believe the heads of the ECOWAS. Today, as we speak, we have 3 presidents who are Fulanis. We want to hear the president speak. And we are pleading to the Security Council, especially the chairman, the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who happens to be our in-law. He shouldn't forget, these same people who lost their life, they voted them to power. So the amount that they are losing, they should know that they are losing power. So we are pleading to the vice president, as the chairman of the Council of Security, a police force, should turn his eyes to see his accountants.
The youth organizer of the Fulani group in Ghana, Ahmed Bari, cautioned that if nothing is done to stop these attacks, they would advise themselves.
A crime that is being committed elsewhere, does it be like the suspect should be Fulanis? You haven't seen whoever has killed somebody or any atrocities happening somewhere, you put it on Fulanis. We are putting this straight to the national security and then the government. The government should stand up and come to our aid.
And that's how we end Joy News Prime. Many thanks for your company. Find more stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Ernest Manu. Happy Easter.